Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. So tonight, really quick, because we got to get out into the garden, but first I have to find my seeds. So I figured that I would show you how I store my seeds. And so this is the normal way that I store my seeds. It is a photo case that I got from Michael's. It was on sale at the time that I purchased it, but it's just a photo saving case, and this is the way that I save mine. I actually put mine together by what type of vegetable it is. I've seen other people who put theirs together based off when it would need to be sown, but I mean, you kind of can do it however you want to. I've seen people put labels on it. I'm not that fancy. And so I just write on mine because I don't think that I will ever use them for anything else, right? But so as I prepare for spring planting for, you know, the summer garden, I normally take them out of these cases and I put them in bags based on the week that I need to sow them. So maybe it would be a better idea to do it that way, but I don't. And now I've probably made more work for myself, which is fine. But tonight, once I finish this video, I'm going to turn a light on out here and I'm going to sit out here because it's very nice. It's very much feeling like fall already in my area. So it's getting down to like the 50s at night right now. And so I'm going to sit out here tonight and I'm going to put these seeds where they belong. But right now, I'm going to look for my lettuce seeds, my radish seeds, my turnip seeds, and my rutabaga seeds, because that's what we're about to go down into the garden to plant. So I know I have some lettuce seeds that were already out. I saw them. Actually, a viewer sent them to me. It is Little Jim, and they are from 2024, so that is a plus. And she also sent me a gourmet blend of radishes, which I always have really good success with them. I believe she sent me some onions and other things too. I do need to replant onions. I am thinking though, now that I've waited so late, that I'm going to plant them in early spring, maybe even like late winter. I don't think I'm going to force myself to move through that at this point. So the next thing that I'm going to look for is, I think I have other lettuces, but I think that they are in this big bag over here because I planted them in spring. I just wanted to let you know how I save my seeds because I think someone asked me, oh, we're going to do beets too, but we're going to put them in the bag. So this is a Cylindra beet. We have some icicle top radishes. These were really good actually. Like, I like them. I have some bull's blood beets as well. We're going to plant these in bags. Yep. I have some white globe radishes. I have an empty pack of radishes. And I like to eat my radishes roasted. I do not eat them raw. Also, early scarlet globe radish. I like to eat them roasted. I can't stand to eat them raw. It's too spicy for me. And then I have a Detroit dark red. I pulled off the top by mistake, but that's a beet. Rutabagas. It's giving we don't have. Oh no, there's a few rutabaga seeds in there, so we'll plant those out too. And when I say a few, there's like 4 in there. And that's a Navon rutabaga. Now we're just looking for some turnips. Oh, I have a pretty purple one, purple plum turnip that I'm gonna, radish that I'm gonna plant out. Then I have some white radishes that I got from my local feed and seed. They get pretty big, so radishes don't take up a lot of space, so you can plant quite a few of them in one space. Then I have some golden globe turnips. I don't know if you all can see that or not. And we don't have any more purple top. This is a great time to go and look for seeds on websites too, because they start to put them on sale. I probably will do that because I'm noticing as I go through here that I don't have as much as I thought I did. This is a cherry bell radish. I don't think I had any of those out there. Like I said, they don't take up a lot of space, so you can plant quite a few of them. Now, let me find some more lettuce seeds, which I truly think they're in this bag, or they could be in this bag right here. This is my, we haven't planted any peas, y'all. We're gonna plant some peas. That's a Lincoln pea. Oh, that's some too. There's some green arrow. This is the chaos after I do my after I do my seeds like that. That's a little marble. Blackston Progress number 9. We got all kinds. And sugar snap. So yay, exciting. I don't know that I'm gonna plant all of those peas, but we're gonna see. It's a good time to plant them though. Peas like cooler seasons, so that's fine. Oh, isn't that unfortunate? This is why you should have your seeds organized. Do y'all remember me saying I didn't have any calendula seeds? That's not true. They were in that packet. I'm gonna plant them somewhere. They may come up for the fall, so I'm gonna plant. I have plenty calendula seeds. Yeah, this is my chaos. That girl and cabbage collards. Somebody sent me those. I don't know who it was, but somebody sent me these because I didn't get to save them myself. Whoever it was, thank you. Oh, because I wanted those again this year. That's tough. But this is what I get. I should have gotten this stuff organized a long time ago. But you know what? I'm not doing that to myself. I'm not going to do that to myself. I was overworked. Let me see if I can move this camera because the sun is all in my face. Hold on. I was overworked and I did not have time. I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm going to show myself that grace. All right, let me show myself how to get these seeds out of this bag real quick. I got lucky. They were falling out a little bit. That's one. That is a Marvel of 4 Seasons lettuce that we're gonna plant out tonight. Some of the seeds, so they shouldn't be far. Yeah. Huh, red noodle beans. Anywho. Yeah, we about to get this stuff planted out, y'all. Well, we're gonna go with what we have, and then nets ain't no joke, baby. 2 weeks before my first frost, we're trying that. Okay, so I only found one type of lettuce aside from that little gem, but I think that's good enough. So we got a lot more seeds sowed than I was expecting, but it's okay. Also, I am going to have to, I know where I could put the peas. I could put them on the other side of the trellis where the beans are right now because they never reached that side of the trellis. So, let's go planting, y'all. So we're gonna start with the peas because it's probably the easiest thing for me to do tonight. Peas are super easy to plant. So I found some milk thistle when I was looking through those, and it says to direct sow them up to 2 weeks before the first frost. I really want some milk thistle, so we're gonna plant those out too. It'll be my first time ever growing them, but I am excited because I want some. I think I told y'all before that a friend of mine uses it. She takes milk thistle, and so I want to grow some for her. I do not know exactly what she takes it for, but I do want to grow some for her. So like I said, we have a few different varieties of peas. We have 4 different varieties of peas that we're going to plant on this trellis right here. It is in the garden bed, but they will grow up, and so won't take up any space down in the garden bed. And this garden bed didn't do well for me in the summer, so let's hope for the best, right? So right here on this trellis is where we're going to plant them. I am going to move back some of this chicken bedding because like I said, it's very much giving mulch. So I'm going to move it back, and then I'm going to allow them to sprout, and then I'll come back and put it back. But do you see how moist that bed is with this chicken bedding on it? I'm pretty excited about that. So let's just move it all back for now. So now all we have is the soil. And I found last year that planting several on one piece of the trellis worked out really well. So that's what I'm going to do again this year and hope for the best. I didn't plant them over here, but I did plant them on a trellis. So we're not going to do them here in these middle sections because I can feel the trellis now that I'm noticing it. I'm just going to put like 2 on this side and 2 on this side. that can go up this one trellis. These don't take up a lot of room. They have shallow roots. So that's why we're gonna do this. And I think it'll work fine. Y'all see how easy it is for me to get my finger through there too? I think what I tried was a good try. I definitely want a lot of sugar snaps, so that's where we're putting in first. We're gonna fill in the other ones. And I'm only gonna do 1 to a hole. I normally do 2. These are fresh seeds from this year, so not gonna worry about that. Then the next thing we're gonna do are the Lincoln peas. And that's really all that can fit on this trellis, which is fine by me. I feel like I'm gonna find another trellis to put some on though. These are, okay, these are from 2021. I don't know if you can see that. Still fine to plant, but I am gonna put 2 into a hole just because seed germination goes down in some cases for some seeds over the years. And so these seeds are now 3 years old and I wanna make sure I get germination. And just like that, the peas are all planted out. And we're gonna cover back up and we're gonna move on to our next thing to plant. I know I said it already before, but I absolutely love fall gardening. And like I said, once these start to sprout, I'll come back and put the chicken bedding back over it. But right now, I just wanna make sure they can sprout and get up through the soil. Although I don't think they would really have a problem, but we'll just do it to be safe. And why do I say that? Because seeds that volunteer probably weren't planted at any depth. They fell in the soil, they went through the season, and then they came on back up. So, you know, y'all know how I am. I'm always gonna have a reason why it could be easier, right? And I'm serious about that. But we'll do that for now. As they start to come back up, we'll put it back. We'll have some covering for the winter. Although peas aren't gonna last through a hard frost. Like these peas aren't gonna go all the way through winter, but I should be able to get some in fall and then like early winter. I think that they would really start to die out sometime in like late December, early January in my area. And so the next space we're gonna plant is where I showed you we were gonna put the lettuce in the garden tour. So we're actually gonna do lettuce and turnips over here. We have a good amount of space. Lettuce doesn't take up a lot of space. And so, also, they are shallow root plants, which is why you need to water them often, or at least, you know, keep the soil moist as much as you can, because they are shallow rooted plants. So we're gonna just kind of pull some of these weeds, then pull some of the weeds, and then we are going to plant. There wasn't a lot of weeds over here to start with, but so basically all I'm gonna do is make a little burrow in the soil, and I'm gonna do 3 rows of lettuce. That's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have to come back and thin, which is fine by me. By the way, why am I doing this like this? Because I got my nails done. So those are the September nails for you, nail cam. So that's why I'm using this to make the little burrow. And lettuce seeds don't need a very deep hole. They're small, very small seeds, and so they don't need a big hole. So I'm just gonna go right down this row with the seeds. My chickens, they always doing something. Then we're gonna do a row right here of little gem. And it stays pretty moist over here because it's not in the sun a lot. So I shouldn't have a problem. But I'm also using a sprinkler, like I'm sure y'all knew I was. And so I could come through and thin, or I could simply let them grow as mini greens, like tiny greens. But I'm going to come back and thin at least some of them out, because I would like some lettuce heads. So just like that, we have planted our lettuce seeds out. I feel so much more organized for this fall. Like not this fall per se, but this year, because I was nowhere near this organized for summer, which is fine. It's fine. Now let's do the turnips, which I'm going to use my finger for the turnips just so that I can have them spaced out nicely. And the hole for turnips should be, it says about 1/4 depth. So not really deep. You don't need them to be really deep. And turnips are one of those seeds that, you know, it would just be more simpler to direct sow. There are some seeds where, you know, it's better to start them early in the house or something, but I've always only direct sown them, and I've had really good success so far. So the bugs, and it's not, I think it's mosquitoes, y'all. They are everywhere tonight. Oh my goodness, they taking me out. And I am gonna put 2 in here because these are also older seeds. Here's the thing with turnips though, I can grow them again in early spring. So like I said, I'm gonna go and look on some of the seed websites to see what they have available right now, to get some more seeds to replace things that I've obviously used and forgot I used. All right, so the turnips we have and the lettuce that we have has been planted. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, I think, is the calendula. Y'all, these bugs. We're gonna do the calendula next. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put it though. Oh, I could put it in the small Vigo raised bed. That's where I'm gonna put it. Love that for me. That's what calendula seeds look like. So we have a lot of things that have volunteered in here. I think it is mostly like this. This is pretty sure that's a sunflower. You know, we had that big old sunflower in this bed. I'm gonna pull this stuff out for now. We also have borage because that was over here. Both very easy to self-sow. And so I'm pulling it out now, but I guarantee you there will be more volunteers of all of this, both the sunflowers and the borage, next spring, because they both just self-sow so easily. I'm just gonna do a little bit of soil movement in here, but the soil feels really good in here. There's no issues with this soil. And someone asked why my garden beds weren't filled up. They're not filled up. They're not filled up because the first time I filled them in, it just sank. I filled them in with like leaves. I filled them in with old pepper plants. And so as it starts to break down, which is what it's supposed to do, it's going to start to settle, which is then going to make my bed look like it's not full. Also, it's not going to stop these seeds from germinating. So we're not going to worry about that. You know, like I said, so calendula, it likes cool. It can live in cool temperatures. And so that's why we're going to plant them in this garden bed. I would love to see some pretty calendulas pop up over here. And so as it relates to planting calendula seeds, the seeds are pretty big. And so it says on the packet, let's see what the packet says so I can give you good information. 1/4 depth as well. So we're gonna do half the snow prints and half the strawberry, I think it's called. No, pink sunrise. So we're doing half and half in this bed. And I would love to have some more calendula. They did really good this summer. So I am doing 2. I think these are from last year. Yes, they're from last year. I've never in my life felt like I needed to have a mosquito netting hat thing on. Tonight, I do feel that way. And just like with anything else that I plant, if more than one comes up, chances are I'm going to come and thin the plants out so that we only have 1 to a hole. But right now, we just want to make sure we get germination. So with the older seeds that I have, I just want to make sure that I get germination. So I'm just pushing the soil down because this soil is actually very loamy. So I'm pushing it down to make sure there's contact with the seeds. I feel like it's just this side. Like this amount of mosquitoes is not all over this goddamn line, and I know that. So the next thing we're gonna do, and yes, I put my hair up because OMG. I'm sure somebody at home was like, girl, please put your hair up. Y'all tell me that all the time. And most of the times it does not bother me at all, right? Oh, it's a volunteer potato in this bag. I need to move it over there to where it's some more sun. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and plant some beets in a couple of bags, in a few bags. Where did that other beet go? Y'all, I'm struggling tonight. I'm struggling. There's definitely another beet, the bull's blood. I probably just dropped it. Who knows? Hold on. Yep, I dropped it. So I think I'm gonna do 4 seeds in a bag. So probably 8 being dropped in the bag because they're all older seeds. So we're gonna do 8 seeds in a bag, and I think that would be sufficient. If it's not, somebody tell me. Not that I'm not about to do it anyway, but if you know that it's not. And my purpose for putting my beets in a bag this year is because I never grow them well in a bed. I was reading, or I heard something that said that beets don't like a lot of nitrogen. And of course, the things in my bed do like a lot of nitrogen. And so in that case, I'm going to try to do them in their own space. And then that way, maybe, just maybe, I grow some beets. That would be great for me. I'm going to mix this one with the Detroit Dark because I was short 2 seeds. But I think 4 in a bag would be fine. And these are 7-gallon bags. Also going to try to start saying that because I keep getting the question of like what size bags I use. They're 7 gallons. They're also linked below. Got them from Amazon if you are interested in growing in bags. So I'm going to move this bag over here so that I know anything that's in this row has something in it. That's how I'm going to keep track of where I should be seeing things grow. So we're going to move this one because like I said, there's a potato in here that I did not notice. And I can get me a fall harvest of potatoes. And this one has the beets in it. Why I love growing in bags? Still can move them all season long. Okay, this is actually my first year really growing in bags in the fall, which I'm excited to see what happens. I'm very excited to see what happens. I'm also, right now, looking for the bags that look to be the most moist. I did. Y'all, I don't want to be that person, but I ain't used to it. Anyway, I did order the other day when I got home. Oh, I didn't tell you all. I went on my cabin trip, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. You should do a cabin trip if you haven't ever done one. It was absolutely amazing. It was so quiet, like all you heard was nature, and it was so amazing. So, all right, let's do our next set of beets in here. You know what? I don't even think I like beets. I just want to grow them. And then someone said that roasted, they were really good. So I'm always down to try something new, right? So that's why we are putting beets in bags this year, because I want to try them. I want to try them fresh from my garden. Beets are supposed to be, I want to say, they're probably more than 1/4. The back of this package doesn't say. I got it from M.I. Gardener, but it doesn't say how deep. But basically, as long as you don't plant the seed, I think 2 times as deep as the size of the seed, it should, if it's a viable seed, it should germinate. So that's what we're doing. Those are the Cylindra beets. So they grow kind of like up and down. That's what they look like. I think they're really cool looking. So I'll be excited to see how they grow, if they grow at all. But I do like beet greens. So even if I don't get a beet this year, I do still like beet greens. Acorns just making themselves at home in my garden bags. I can't believe I'm out here digging in these bags with my hand. After everything that happened this summer. I'm being dramatic. But for real. Alright, we're going to do these last group of Detroit beets in here too. Then the last thing we have to plan out is the radishes. They're going to go like all over this bed right here. They really could go over all the beds because radishes, small, don't take up a lot of space. But if other things start to get bigger, they could absolutely shade them out. We're just going to do them over here in the middle bed. I like to see that bed nice and full. I do not think we're gonna get to cleaning out the flower bed tonight because got out here a little bit later than I wanted to. And so now we're gonna run out of sunlight, but I do want to get this stuff planted out, and then we'll worry about the flower bed because like I said, all I really want is snapdragons in that flower bed anyway. And so I have time because it's still not even time to plant the snapdragons because they're not big enough. All right, so now we're literally just gonna start planting radishes around the sides of these beds, not too close to the bricks, a little bit. So I'll probably plant it like right in line with this basil. That basil is coming out. More than likely though, if I have something planted here, I'm gonna cut this basil instead of pulling it right now because I don't want to mess up the roots of the radishes. So we're gonna start with the icicle short top. Radishes are pretty decent sized seeds. They're not like the size of Swiss chard or beets, but they're pretty decent sized seeds. And radishes are some of the quickest maturing vegetables ever. So if you want to try something, like you're not sure that you want to garden, you're not sure that you can, you want something quick so you can feel like you know, had a good harvest, by all means, put some radishes in. Super quick plants and don't take up a lot of space. All right, so these seeds are from 2022, so we're gonna put 2 in. That's just how I do it. If it's not this year's seed, I put 2 seeds into the hole. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie to y'all tonight. I can't wait to get in the house and away from these mosquitoes. And it is moist out here because I watered, so there's literally nothing I can do. Maybe a citronella plant or 2, I'm not sure. But they are everywhere. All right, so we have the white, the icicle ones. They'll be long and white. I really like them for roasting. And no, I don't need this many different varieties of beets, but I like the colors, so I plant them. The other thing is these will come ready to harvest before my broccoli gets really big. So I can really just plant it up and down the rows in here, and I can have a whole harvest of beets in here before the broccoli even gets big enough to shade them out or anything like that. And they won't shade the broccoli out because they stay small too. So that's why I'm interplanting the radishes, not so much the beets because they get large leaves. Same thing with turnips, they get large leaves. I could probably interplant some lettuce over here. Again, I don't really have a lot of lettuce seed because I could do that too. You can interplant other things with your larger fall vegetables so that you can get harvest. Like if you're in a small space and you don't have space to dedicate beds to things, you can absolutely interplant. Okay, so all the radishes are planted out. The only thing we have left is rutabaga, but baby, not with these mosquitoes. Not with these mosquitoes. And it's about to get dark, so we're gonna go ahead and head on in the house. But I just, every time I start talking, he started barking. But I just wanted to show you like some of my interplanting methods. And then of course, like I said, I wasn't gonna use the trellis, but I completely forgot about the peas. So we're gonna go ahead and let those go too. So we'll need to do the rutabagas, but we also gotta come back out here tomorrow and clean out the flower bed. And also I'm probably gonna throw some potatoes in some of these bags. It may be too late, but I really just wanna see. I feel like I could probably get some tiny potatoes out of it because now it has cooled off. I'm not planting them when it's really hot. Potatoes do prefer to be planted when they're cold, when it's cold. Like my summer potatoes, I plant them when it's still cold outside, like early spring. Anywho, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram where I post about the things going on in the garden almost every day. I'm going in the house. I got to get away from these mosquitoes.